Hi Sagis, hello, welcome to my channel Universal Power Tarot. My name is Marthe. These messages I bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. How cool. Thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you for watching these videos. I really want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscriptions. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That being said, we're going to hop right into your March 2020 reading. This is, first card out already. This is for spiritually connected Sagittariuses, sun, moon, and rising that seek personal and or spiritual growth, okay? So, this is a general reading, which means it may or may not resonate with you, Sagittarius. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for someone else. You can reverse the placements. It's not really time specific. I know I put times on them, but it's really for informative purposes. Whenever a reading, a title speaks to you, it's probably for you. There's a message in it for you. Yeah, that's that. And you can, it's not gender specific either, okay? So your first card out, Sagis, is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles in this deck for me is someone who wears armor. This is you, is what I'm hearing. This is you. Someone who wears armor underneath. Some people might not even notice because they see the shirt. They might see the money. You might look pretty, but there's something underneath that you might be trying to hide from other people, or that they might, or maybe not even consciously trying to hide, but that's just not visible right away. But there is some sort of protectiveness towards, not towards you, that's not what I'm meaning to say. There is some sort of protectiveness that you have around you, that's the word. You're in the maturing process of something. In the maturing process here, I'm really drawn to the grass. And grass is something that grows really fast, actually. It doesn't grow at any time of the year, although it is there, but you don't plant like young grass. You don't plant that in winter, for example. You hardly plant anything in winter, as far as I know. And grass grows fast. Yeah. It's also about the message, the grass being greener on the other side, or one might think that is what I'm getting from that card. Oh, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So you are working on something. Could be yourself, could be a project. You could also be working on material here in the material world to gain worldly things is what I'm seeing here. But you are very aware of you're doing, like you're doing it, you're manifesting it, and you're really putting your hands on it to make it work. Like you do understand to actually get something, you have to put something in. You totally understand that concept, and you're not just sitting around waiting for it to happen. Oh no, you're not that type, Sagittarius. You're taking the lead here, you're taking that thread, and you're weaving away at those pentacles, right? And this is going to be very successful because of your attitude towards that. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, yes. Oh, mate. Yes, we have the Sun card here for you, which is incredible, right? This is like the Phoenix rising. Look at those colors. It's divine feminine, divine masculine, standing in their full power. They know what's up. That's what that is. They are fully enlightened, right? This is where you're going. This is calling me to your spiritual journey here. To enlightenment. Like you see something. And this is where you're going towards. You saw something. And hence, ever since you saw that, you have been working away at that. And this is where you're going. This is exactly where you're going. And you are aware of it, is what I'm feeling. And in this case, the connection that I'm making to wearing the armor underneath is actually wearing the phoenix feathers underneath. So not the armor of protection in this case, although it can be for some of you. It's you're wearing the phoenix underneath is what I'm feeling here and seeing here. It's this that you're wearing underneath, right? Look at the color of his beard. Totally the phoenix underneath, right? That's interesting. That is so cool. You could also be working with magic, like ancient magic. Excuse me, working with stones, working with Mother Nature. Something in that area. I'm getting again that connotation with the grass. So maybe you do have, maybe if you do place your hand on grass or something, something happens for you. Or place your bare feet on grass, something happens for you. That connection with the earth seems to have significance here for you for sure. Otherwise, they wouldn't point it out that way. And there is an opening here for you, is what I'm seeing as well. There is an opening for you to go through. Like the door is there already. Like I said, you must have seen something, and ever since you saw that, you are headed straight to that. You're headed straight to that enlightenment. You saw something. And this is your new beginning. How cool. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning that is born out of truth, out of speaking your truth, knowing your values, knowing clarity in the mental regions, right? Clarity of thought. Hence, the old has to break away. This happens when you go through that door. This happens when you go through that door. And then you are very clear, very sharp, very clear on what it is that you want, right? Old will break away, that which no longer serves you. And you will speak your truth. And be in your feelings. Speak from your heart. And this is, I get the contrast, because look at the contrast here. He was facing outside the reading with his armor underneath. So like I said, this does apply for some of you. And then this is the turnaround. This is the somewhat immature thing where you still feel like you have to protect yourself. And he is giving freely. His cup is full. He's fully there. He's integrated. He's like not shying. Sorry, my eyes itchy. He's not shying away from life. He's like right there. He's right in the middle of it. Apologies. He's right in the middle of it because he's aware of his feelings. Again, not gender specific. Aware of his feelings, really like offering this cup to other people. And not being afraid of getting hurt is what I'm getting here, because you're so standing in your power and you know how to speak your truth with that ace here, right? You know, you're standing in your truth. You are aligned. And this is why you're speaking from the heart. And anything that's been spoken from the heart has such profound impact. Oh, wow. It is so different than words spoken harshly. It is perceived at a way deeper level here. And I think you must know this, or you must have gotten an inkling of this already. And this is very important. Like those words, that this is the door. This is the door. This is going to bring you to the light, to enlightenment. Once you actually step into that position and be like, I'm going to communicate my feelings freely from the heart, really from the heart, without that defensiveness. I'm going to be open. It does not mean stupidly open, like anyone can take from me whatever they please. That does not mean that. It means you know your boundaries, you know your limitations in that field as well, but you are very open to the world and to people. You're like, here I am in all my vulnerability, but I'm not vulnerable at all. You cannot, it's like invincible. It's like an invincibility through that ability to speak from your heart. My God, Sagis, that is so perfect and so and so good. And it brings you this. It brings with it this stable commitment, very stable commitment. And this is, I feel, what you have been working on too here. To have a very stable home, to have a very stable surrounding here. Ten of Pentacles is really gorgeous. And you're offering to your counterpart or to your friends, to your family, that stability, because that stability within yourself comes from, again, from your message here is speaking from the heart, like from heart, throat out, you know? and really being open, really being in your emotions. And that brings stability and harmony, not just for yourself again, but you're radiating it to the outside world, to your surroundings here. Yeah. Oh my God, this calls for a celebration. Yes. That is so cool. That with the sun is quite potent, actually. Dude, you're going, this is amazing. This is so cool for you, Sagis. I love that. Yep, that's where it's at. It's like social gatherings, and you're still that openness. You're bringing that to the world. This is your offering to the world, basically, to speak from your heart, which is gorgeous, which is strengthening relationships, which is strengthening your own position in this world, really, because it's going to make you feel, because you're so true to yourself and you're so true to others and so authentic in your feelings and in the way you present yourself with your feelings to the world, that this is going to be extremely well perceived. Extremely well perceived. And you're like, my goodness. Breathing and the feeling of, I wish I would have done that earlier. But of course you couldn't have, because this is the journey, right? But then you're finally opening up your wings, and it's going to be really, really gorgeous. So cool. Yeah. And I feel it's also going to put an end to this, to ego games, to wanting to be right, having to be right. This is that new beginning, because it just immediately erases that. It's like, that's the reference with the grass again. Yes, that's, how do you say? You're not even allowing it to grow where it's not supposed to grow, right? You just immediately put your foot on it. And when you put your foot on it, there's no room for it to grow. It can't possibly grow. I know it's a weird reference with grass, but to me it kind of makes sense. I hope to you it does too. But this is like, you're not even allowing that to happen. You really make sure you're, I can't say that has a different connotation in English. You really make sure that your lawn, like the grass, is kept proper the way you want it to, right? You do not allow for any weeds to grow. Although I'm not opposed to weeds at all. I love weeds. They're so pretty. And I'm not that much of a person of perfect mowed lawn and that sort of a thing. But in that reference, I hope you understand where I'm getting at. You're not allowing for those kind of weeds, for winning the battle but losing the war kind of a thing, like just egotistical games. You're immediately cutting that out. You're putting an end to it immediately. Like, you're not even allowing it to start. When you see it, it's like a flame. You put your foot on it and it's gone. You don't allow it to grow up to be a wildfire, you know? Yep, this is good. I really like this, Sagis. And whenever a situation has deteriorated to the point where you do have to leave, and I think that's what happened here. You didn't like where you came from. Like, this is past events, I absolutely feel. Like past for some of you. That was tearful, and this is where you come from, and that's why you have that emotional depth too. Because you don't gain that by being happy all the time. You just don't. You don't get that kind of emotional depth if you haven't been through pain. And this is what they're saying here. It's all part of your way here, right, Sagis? Part of your journey, and they want you to understand that as well. You probably already know. Just a reminder. Because you did have a choice here with the 7 of Cups. You did have a choice here. Which one are you going to choose? There's none really better than the other. What I feel here with this, though, is you're spreading this. It's like really interesting, because with the 8 of Cups, you took 5 cups with you that are truly your own, right? And the ones that you could save, the other 3 you just have to leave behind. And now you're spreading them here amongst the people, I almost want to say, amongst your friends, amongst your family, amongst whoever you come across, and they're looking at those cups and examining them and being like, wow, that's quite artistic, that's quite interesting, that point of view. I love the way you express your emotions. And again, that is connected to the 10 of Pentacles here. That's that stability, right? That makes people very stable around you too, because they know that you will speak your truth, right? But in a manner that comes from the heart. And that's what makes the situation so stable. They know what to expect from you because it is exactly as you say it is. And that's beautiful. Thank you, Sagis. That is so cool. That is really cool. Wow. All right, yeah. Yeah. We have the Eight of Swords here. I was thinking for a second, should I stop and take it over to the extended? But Spirit says not yet. So, the Eight of Swords is low self-esteem and feeling somewhat imprisoned by mental activity, right? We're thinking something, but we're not seeing clearly because we're looking down at the ground instead of at the grass again, instead of looking up. Instead of looking up and seeing whatever else there is around us. Yeah. But you're learning this. Like you're full on learning your lessons here, is what I'm seeing. You're full on learning from that lesson because you do not want to feel like this naturally. You don't. This is connected to the winning the battle but losing the war. That has not made you feel good, and this is where the low self-esteem comes from. Also, is those type of ego games because you're not one for those. You're not one for those here, Sagis. And you're learning that about yourself, and you're learning to speak on it. Speak on it. All right, you guys. Before I draw for you an Angels and Ancestors card, oracle card here for you. I just want to let you know if this reading resonated with you, you're more than welcome to come over to Vimeo or Patreon with me. Vimeo is for the single extendeds to purchase, and Patreon is a much cheaper option if you're looking at more than one sign per month. Definitely the cheaper options, and there are some extras over there as well. So if you like, you can go check that out. All right. Ooh, we have the Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. So this is calling to be quite a steamy experience. Interesting. Okay, very interesting. Let me read that one for you. Fire Guardian. All right. Here we go. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. The Fire Guardian represents the angels of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to great expansion. Allow the Fire Guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by Spirit. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. That is beautiful for you, Sagis. And one more Guardian Angel card for you here. And then we'll take it over to your extended. Oops. Oh. How cool. Encouragement. Wow, encouragement. Oh, yes! This is confirmation for this here. Your love is invaluable to the earth and to those around you. Even though you may not always see the positive effect your love has on others, trust, for it does. Each time you offer love, through a gesture, thought, or word, you plant a seed of love. And love always generates more love. Trust and continue your loving work. Oh my word, this is fantastic. This is so cool for you, Sagis. I love that for you. I can't wait to take it over to the extended, to Vimeo or Patreon right now to see whatever else wants to come up, because the dynamic that's playing out here is quite interesting, and to get more advice for you over there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for sharing, for your likes, comments. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you over there or next time. Bye, guys.